In this video, we're going to discuss Assessment Task 2 from the Community Recreation Cluster. Please note that the contents of this video will also relate to Assessment Task 4 and Assessment Task 6, where the requirements of the task are the same. Now, as you can see from the task description, in this task you are required to plan and deliver an approved community fitness program. So an approved community fitness program is a program that's been approved by a governing body, another government body, a industry body like Fitness Australia. Your trainer will give you some ideas on approved community fitness programs that are suitable for this assessment task. So as you can see, you need to confirm that the program is approved, organise the venue, equipment and staff requirements for the activity, develop an activity plan, conduct the approved fitness program for a group, and complete a risk template. So you'll need to put time in class to plan the activity, but also practice it. So you will get class time to practice the skills associated with it. So if your approved program revolves around boxing, you should have had time in class to practice the skills of the boxing, so you're comfortable with delivering the program, but also planning it out. So all this information that's required to be covered will be completed as part of this approved fitness program outline. So if we look at the template for that, and basically it's like a lesson plan or a program outline. So who is this program approved through, the venue and the equipment required, so what venue, and as part of any planning process you're going to list these things. So a phys ed teacher, for example, or a personal trainer would always list on their plans the equipment and the venue required, transport requirements. So again, if you've got a group of young people doing it, or your classmates are doing it, but you have to do it at a local basketball stadium, how are you going to get there? So all these things need to be considered. What is the ratio requirement? So the ratio requirements will be different depending upon the group and the activity. So in relation to the group, if it's children, it could mean that the ratios need to be lower, and depending upon the activity. So if an activity in the ocean, again, you're going to have lower ratios compared to an activity in a basketball court, for example. So when we're talking about ratios, what's the ratio of the instructor to the participants? 1 to 10 or 1 to 14, etc. And again, how does this align with the requirements set by Fitness Australia or the approving body? So the approving body or Fitness Australia will tend to set ratios for their activities. So they might say for this activity we need an instructor to participant ratio of 1 to 10. That's if it's set. So in the case of this, if it's not set, you just need to set no ratios are set by the approving body. And it applies to all these sections here. So for example, with transport requirements, if there's no transport required, you just write nil in here. Describe the group of individuals that are doing it. What are the goals of the group? Are there any special needs in there? Are there individuals that may have injuries, may be disabled? Are there any group dynamic issues or barriers to participation? So this is going to be where you're going to talk about that they lack motivation. The group tend to not get on very well together, so you're going to consider this as a team building approach as well, to try and improve group dynamics. There might be a couple of individuals in there that don't get on very well that you might need to separate. So this is where you're going to put this information in here. The session outline, so this is the overall session plan, so what you're going to do during the session, and then you're required to collect feedback at the end of the session. And when we get to the next part of the assessment, so assessment task 3, you'll understand where this fits in. So you're going to get 2 participants to fill in feedback and provide you with a comment after the session. So basically that's your program outline. And as you can see, organise venues, equipment, develop the activity plan, all covered in that outline there. It says here that you need to complete a risk template. We don't require you to upload that. All you need to upload as part of the assessment task is the outline here. But your trainer will be making sure when they observe you that you have done a risk template for the session. And then you're required to conduct the approved fitness program for the group. So not only are you planning it, you're going to deliver the session. As you can see here, there's an observation checklist which your trainer is going to assess you against. So become familiar with the observation checklist, because this is what your trainer will be looking for as part of both the planning and the delivery. So as mentioned earlier in the video, you'll be following this process for assessment task 2, 4 and 6, which can seem repetitive, but There's some reasons for it. Not only does the training package set out that you need to do it over multiple occasions, it actually allows you to really practice and develop your skills. So you deliver the program, you reflect, improve it, deliver it again, reflect, improve it, and deliver it again. So we're expecting to see by the end there's been a great deal of improvement in your ability to plan and deliver this program. At the end of the assessment task, your trainer will complete the observation checklist and you're required to upload this program outline.